Jeremy TV.
Welcome back to the channel. Jeremy here with you. As you can see there by the heading, this is day one of a project, and that project happens to be running electrical out to the barn. Now, as you can also see, the grass is green here. You'll probably see us sweating throughout this video. This was recorded in July of 2020. As I speak to you now, this is actually February of 2021, but I have not had the opportunity to get several of these barn project videos edited and posted. We've had a lot of personal crap going on again, and it was unforeseen stuff. We're dealing with that, but I've got several more videos to post. Hopefully I can get them out quickly. You'll see those hopefully over the coming weeks, but this was the next day after the previous video that you saw here on the channel, which was putting electrical out to the gazebo. My dad and mom came down for the weekend. My girls and I helped my dad with this. I mean, he's an electrician, so he knows what he's doing. But we were able to put 3 overhead lights and 5 electrical outlets, and of course there's the breaker panel in the barn. So it helps a lot with the light situation. The windows aren't quite enough even in the daylight, and it just is a nice addition to the barn, and I'm thankful that he was able to come down and help with that. It wasn't cheap with all the materials and everything. It was quite a bit of money actually to get this done, but it was cheaper than hiring someone to do it, without a doubt. So there you can see he's working on the breaker panel, but I wish I could explain to you exactly what he's doing and kind of show you a more in-depth video with more detail, but I don't know much about electricity. My dad is the electrician. He's really good at it, and there was so much work to be done that I didn't want to stop him and have him explain every few minutes what he was doing. So I'm just going to kind of show you the work as it progresses in small clips, and then later on in some time-lapse pictures. But I just wanted to document the process and just show kind of the progression of the barn project. So it was actually one of the hottest days of the year. We had just finished the gazebo, and this is the next day. Unfortunately, it rained, and it made it even more humid, so it wasn't quite as hot this day. But the gazebo day, the heat index was like 112, 115. This day it was probably up like 105. It was just so humid. It was just nasty. We hadn't had rain in a while, and it rained like a ½ inch, and then just left everything a muddy, sloppy mess. Here is day 2, and then this was the day that we actually wrapped everything up. Now, this part of the video, I want to tell you, if you're not an electrician, I would not recommend that you attempt to do something like this. The actual wiring inside the barn and the hanging of the fixtures and all that, the outlets and whatnot, that can be done by someone that halfway knows what they're doing. But when you're messing with the voltage and amperage that's coming in off of a power pole, you don't want to do that unless you know what you're doing. And I didn't do anything with it that my dad didn't directly tell me what to do and where. And when it came to dealing with the power off the pole, I didn't do anything with it. I didn't touch it. I didn't even get close to him because I didn't want to distract him. Because that's a good way to, not just hurt yourself, but you can kill yourself with that much electricity that's coming out of there. So I want to tell you that up front, that this was not a project that I would have done had my dad not been an electrician. So here he's actually getting ready to wire the barn into the electricity, and then this was after, I guess he'd already gotten everything wired up, but he was getting the back panel put back in the breaker panel there. So here power is still off, of course, and we're using the tractor as a man lift. Now this is another disclaimer I'm going to tell you. I would not advise that you do this. We never felt unsafe doing this. We're always very cautious with it. I'm very good at operating the tractor. My dad is really good at being up in heights. He's used to working in high places, so this was not a big deal for him. I would not recommend you doing this because you saw us do it. This is another way that you could get hurt very easily if you made the slightest slip up and dumped that bucket. you know, you could definitely throw somebody out and hurt or kill them by doing this. So we were very careful. You know, we kept everybody back from the tractor. When he was up at height, I always had the brake on and my feet and hands away from the controls, and I only ever moved it when I knew he was ready to move, and even then we made very slow movements, both with the bucket and with the tractor itself. So, you know, just because you see us doing it here doesn't mean that I'm endorsing it. I'm not telling you that's a good way to do it. This is just how we got it done. It's just a lot easier than moving ladders around and dealing with scaffolding and all that stuff. But with that said, I wouldn't recommend you doing it, because I don't want to be responsible for someone going and doing something dumb and getting hurt and saying, well, you know, Jeremy said that it was great. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you not to do that. So here you see my dad getting one of the last outlets wired up and get the faceplate put back on. So now that we're into time lapse, this is actually cleanup. So everything was done at this point. We were getting all the materials and tools and trash and everything picked up and put away, and this was you know, this was a 2-day project. It was hot, it was humid, we were sweating, we drank a lot of water, we were exhausted by the time it was done just from the heat, but it was something that was very worthwhile, and I'm glad that we got it done. So I'm thankful to my dad for coming down and helping with that, thankful to my mom for coming and spending the weekend with us, and thankful to my girls for helping out as well. They're a pretty big help most of the time. So I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.